Hi, welcome back to our channel. This is gonna be a mommy and baby 1 month postpartum video, so that means happy birthday, Klassikai. This is gonna be a long video, so make sure you grab some snacks and water and get ready to hang out with us. So Klassikai is right next to me, sleeping in his DOCKATOT. If you hear any grunting noises, that's just him, that's just how he sleeps. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing first is breastfeeding. I am exclusively breastfeeding, and I've been pretty fortunate in this field because Klassikai has had a good latch ever since the beginning, since the hospital, and because of that I haven't had any pains. I haven't had the need to take any pain meds or put any creams on. I also am pretty confident in my milk supply. I'm not on any kind of supplement or special diet. I believe I have more than enough. I did have an issue with engorgement a few days after coming home from the hospital, but they said that's completely normal because your body is just trying to figure out how much milk it needs to supply, and that problem went away. It was just really painful. I didn't really know what to expect, and I actually had an engorgement issue yesterday. And that's because Klassikai has a favorite side. I'm not sure if your baby has a favorite side, but my baby definitely has a favorite. So let me know if any of you guys experience that as well. But that problem is solved now. I haven't pumped yet, but I will need to start because I am a full-time student. I do need to go to school, and I need to do that soon. So we are gonna get into that. Johnny will have to be the one to figure out how to bottle feed him. Since I am exclusively breastfeeding, that means that I have to snack more in order to maintain my weight. I am currently 120 pounds, and for me that's an ideal weight. I want to keep my baby weight because before getting pregnant I did have problems gaining weight. I was 102 pounds previously, and I was really skinny. And right before giving birth I was 144 pounds, so I did gain 42 pounds, and now at 120 I want to make sure I stay around 120. In regards to postpartum, I am still bleeding a little bit. They said that bleeding will go on a little bit more, especially if you are breastfeeding. I did have a tear that required stitching, so that's most likely the reason why I'm still bleeding, but it's not enough to use a panty liner. It's honestly just like a few specks here and there. I did not experience any cramps either, and they said with breastfeeding you would be getting cramps because your uterus would be contracting back to its normal size, but I didn't have any of that. So for postpartum I did not take any pain medication. I was taking iron supplements and stool softener, but we stopped the stool softener. We actually made a vlog video that highlighted that, so I'll go ahead and leave that video link down below if you want to watch it. In regards to our sleeping routine, for the first 2 weeks we were all sleeping together in the same bed. Johnny and I decided to bed share with Klassikai, so he uses a DOCKATOT that's in between both of us. We were doing that for the first 2 weeks, and it was really difficult because Klassikai would wake up in the middle of the night several times a night in order to feed. And whenever he would wake up, he was fussing. Johnny would also wake up, and it would keep both of us restless. And then when we would wake up in the morning, none of us would have energy to feed the pets, take care of the house, get food. And so only recently we tried to find a more efficient way of doing that. So now Johnny actually sleeps on the couch, and Klassikai and I are confined to the room. Klassikai is still waking up several times a night in order to feed, so my sleeping schedule is basically just like a few hours a night. I'm not actually able to nap during the day unless I'm very exhausted. That's because I'm a morning person, so I'm usually really active during the day. Even though I only get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep during the night, I'm still trying to get stuff done around the day. That's because that's just who I am. For my mental state, I know most women experience postpartum blues. I was definitely on the same boat. I was experiencing it for about the first 2 weeks. I was crying occasionally, just feeling really overwhelmed with adjusting to a whole new life. I was getting really upset, really irritated. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody, not even Johnny. He was definitely getting the shorter end of the stick. But at 2 weeks, after making the 2-week postpartum video, Johnny and I would spend a little bit more time with each other, just talking to each other. He was asking me constantly how I was feeling, what I needed around the house, if I could get water or anything. And just talking it through with him, letting him know how I felt and what was going on in my mind, all the worries I had, just relieved me of all that anxiety. And now at 1 month, I cannot say that I still feel the postpartum blues. I believe at 2 weeks it just went away. So if you're feeling it, I highly recommend you talk to your support system. Just let it all out. Or me, watching other mommy vlogs and seeing how they handled it, or just knowing that they also felt the same kind of anxiety and stress that I did, kind of made me feel like I was not alone. So if you're definitely feeling like you've got the baby blues, you're not alone. And here is Kazakai. He is still kind of sleeping. He currently weighs around 10 pounds. He came out at 6 pounds 9 ounces. So he's a pretty hefty baby now at 1 month. I'm so proud of that. He has been mostly fussy most of the time. He seems really irritated and uncomfortable, and I think that's mostly because of the gas. He is really gassy, and we try our best to relieve it. We are doing bicycle exercises with him. We're doing stretches, and only recently we tried to introduce a pacifier, and that was totally against our parenting. We decided before not to use the pacifier, but we saw somewhere that using a pacifier can help relieve gas because it creates saliva buildup, which would help with the esophagus lining and everything. But since introducing it to him about a week ago, he has not taken to the pacifier. He does not like it at all. If anything, it just pisses him off. So we don't even really use that. So he's still pretty gassy, but we are trying our best to relieve it. It's been getting better for him. But I think that's mostly the reason why he grunts in his sleep. So whenever he does, I just try to sit him up, let everything digest, and I try to burp him again. He's been burping pretty well, so I think it's just him. But I read that it will go away at about 2 months, so I cannot wait for that. He is also still kind of flaky right here, up here. He still has all those baby bumps, and they said that that's normal. Oh, and we are also cutting his nails every week. I'm not sure if you guys had to cut your baby's nails that often, but man, they grow out so long. Every single week on the dot, we have to do it. Classic Guy also doesn't really sleep that much, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm like losing track of time, but I feel like he doesn't sleep for that long with each nap. He does take many naps, but he doesn't take long naps. And he is constantly feeding. It's mostly like, it's almost cluster feeding every day. Vietnamese, there are a lot of superstitions with being pregnant and how to take care of your baby, what you should be eating, and I was following up on the diets. So I wasn't eating any seafood, any beef, any raw vegetables for the whole first month of having Classic High, and now that it's 1 month up, I could pretty much eat whatever I want. And then there's also like certain things that you should be eating to help with your milk supply, along with help with taking care of the baby. You should be doing it in a certain way, and I had a lot of people on my side of the family and on Johnny's side of the family telling me how to do it. Like we were told that we should be feeding him for like a very long time and then just putting him down, just leaving him alone. And we were told that if he cries, just don't pick him up, just leave him alone, let him just soothe himself, and I understand that like that's how they did it, that's how they parented, and it was a long time ago, but Johnny and I found a way that we want to do parenting and we have our own way. So it's kind of frustrating hearing that like we're supposed to do it this way, we're supposed to do that, and we were told to give him water, and we just don't want to do things the way everybody else has done it. We're of a new age, and that's something that that kind of bothers us because we want the support system of our family, but we just have a different point of view on how to raise our baby. Classic Guy is still dealing with a diaper rash. He has had it for about 2 weeks now, and it wasn't too bad, and I did read up that using cloth diapers, you don't have too severe of a diaper rash as you would using disposable diapers. So I was treating it with coconut oil and breast milk. It was working, but very, very, very slowly, and Johnny was getting really worried that it was spreading. So although I did not want to, he ended up getting, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, Boudreaux's butt paste. We got the natural one, although it only has 16% zinc oxide compared to the regular 40%. Zinc oxide is what's supposed to be helping the diaper rash. It does have a lot less. I did ask him to use this one just because it doesn't affect the cloth diapers too much, but we have noticed a significant difference. And it has been working really, really well for the past few days that we've been using it. That wraps up our 1 month postpartum video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you can relate to anything that I have discussed. And make sure to subscribe down below and also hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with our daily vlogs and watch little Classic Guy grow up.